Welcome in, guys. As always, I am Pookie, I am your Platinum Paladin, and it is channel and trophy update time. Let's get right into it. Alright, gang, well, again, we're diving right in, we're taking a look. Honestly, I believe the last one of these we dropped was in January, kind of taking a look at everything. I think that would have been after the Crisis Core PS5 Platinum. But even so, we went ahead and we did get, where is it, the PS4 Platinum for Crisis Core as well. Crisis Core is a beastly fun game. It's a fun side story within the universe of Final Fantasy VII. It's an important side story within that universe, and I think they did an awesome job bringing Crisis Core to PS4 and to PS5. It's a very fun Platinum. I strongly recommend you guys bust it out because it is very cool. Now, after that, we actually had quite a few games dropped that are now in the backlog list of things. We all know the backlog. We all know it, you guys. That does include Dead Space, which I played a little bit of with Noisy, and I do need to play more of. The game is very cool from what I played of it. Of course, Hogwarts Legacy also dropped. We got a trophy in that one. We got basically sorted into our house, and then the adventure has yet to really push off. I'm gonna have to work on that. Forspoken was another one. I'm not gonna lie, guys, a lot of these got overshadowed by The Legend of Dragoon being dropped. Obviously, my next Platinums, PS5 and PS4 Legend of Dragoon. We are going to be doing a Platinum trophy run for Dragoon on the channel as well, using our awesome YouTube PlayStation profile, of course. But yes, the two more fresh ones in Dragoon. These were not auto pops. Neither were the Crisis Core ones. I think you might be able to auto pop Crisis Core. I don't know, but these were full playthroughs of the game. So Legend of Dragoon, that initial one, looks like February 25th, rather. May, it's not even May yet. And then of course March 3rd for the other one. I couldn't put it down. You guys know me by now with how much JRPG content is all over this channel. That yeah, that is my favorite genre. Might not be my favorite game series in the world as far as IPs that come out, you know, Resident Evil and the like. But JRPGs are definitely my favorite genre. I love them. I love them. And then we had, of course, the drop for Theatrhythm had taken place. We're slowly working on that. And then, to prepare for what you guys have all been dealing with this April, the incredibly cool Resident Evil 4 run that we're busting out. I had tried to go and complete the PS3 version of Resident Evil 4. The only thing we're missing is bottle caps, but the shooting range on the PS3, there's the aiming it's rough. It's a rough version of Resident Evil 4. I'm hoping we can complete that because I am trying to bolster completion percentage a little bit. But yeah, that one's just ridiculous. Even the Xbox 360 version is better than the PS3 port, which is kind of sad, honestly. But then let's talk about the baby, Resident Evil 4 on PS5. We do not have the PS4 Platinum yet. I haven't even started the PS4 version because I wanted to give the game a little bit more time. I do not want to burn myself out on my favorite game ever right now. Like, I have to say right now, because they are churning out awesome games constantly, it feels like. But yes, Resident Evil 4, top of the line, the best you can get in action survival horror gaming right now. Like, this is the benchmark. I've talked about it to a lot of people. I think that it's an incredible game, and yeah, stick to it, Capcom. These remakes are awesome. I cannot wait for Code Veronica, Resident Evil 5, and the eventual 6 as well. Like, I want to see it. And yeah, you know, if you feel like diving into the Revelations games, giving those a tune up, baby, I'm on board. But yes, guys, the Resident Evil 4's Platinum is awesome. And I recommend you go through all of it. Go through the entire game and get that Platinum, because it is really cool. It's really fun. It's the best kind of adventure redone. It's so good. Now, moving on up to the current challenge, guys. We are chipping away now at the pixel remasters for the Final Fantasy games. So as you can see, we've already bagged the Platinum in Final Fantasy 1. Only took a couple of days because, you know, sometimes I just gotta go to work, okay? But honestly, they've implemented boost mode, so you know you can get like 4 times the gold off of battles, 4 times the experience, stuff like that. It does make these games go way faster. Final Fantasy 1 happened super quick. Honestly, I do like as well that what they've done with this is added sections for like each dungeon, and they tell you how many chests are in each dungeon, so it allows you to kind of get away from having to use a walkthrough to get the job done. And that is how I like to play. I don't like to have my nose in a walkthrough. That's why, like, we're chipping away at Legend of Legaia right now, and it kind of bums me out, because it's like, yeah, I would have loved to complete that entire trophy list or achievement list, retro achievements, but I just don't want to sit there and look at a walkthrough to get every single chest in the game. And I think the Final Fantasy, at least FF1, I'm hoping the other ones are the same way. They have the chest counter and stuff. So doing the chest, doing the bestiary, it was all really smooth for Final Fantasy 1. As you can see, we just started Final Fantasy 2. That one's kind of next on the list, of course, as we kind of make our way through Final Fantasy in their pixel remaster entireties. It will be really cool to experience Final Fantasy VI for the first time. I've never done that. I've been waiting to do it, and now we're finally going to experience it. It's going to be on Platinum Road. Oh man, and I am very excited to play that. We'll see, maybe after, because I know we're still working on Chrono Cross. I'm thinking maybe after Chrono Cross will be Legend of Dragoon, and either we'll shift off of JRPGs, or maybe we'll take one of the pixel remasters for a ride. Maybe Final Fantasy IV, as that is like, oh god, that's like top 5 Final Fantasies for me. Like, my list is jank, you guys. I mean, Final Fantasy X is clear away. That is my favorite Final Fantasy game. When I think of Final Fantasy, that's the one I think of. And then after that, if you can believe it, it would be the 13 Saga. I label those all under one banner because, like, while I don't like 13-1 a whole bunch, 13-2 and Lightning Returns make up for it with how incredible they are, and they're just dynamic gameplay improvements, especially Lightning Returns in that regard. And the storytelling in 13-2 is not to be slept on, or the soundtrack. It is my favorite soundtrack in Final Fantasy. Whew. Little rant there. Number 3 would probably then come in at like Final Fantasy 7. I do love 7 and the whole series within. I love Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core. I never did before Crisis. Then actually I think I would put Final Fantasy 4 up at number 4. Like, Final Fantasy 4 is awesome. Like, that Cecil the Paladin is the reason I love the Paladin class so much. He's amazing. Like, anyway, huge rant that I got onto, but that sets up kind of the roadmap moving forward, really. If we're talking real talk about it, that's what we're going to be working on, is the pixel remasters. But there are a few more things I want to take a look at while we're going over it, so let's move on over. All right, crew, next thing we're going to be talking about, yes, is the PSN profile. I would like to build on my completion percentage a little bit. As you can see, 327 games played, 108 completed. Kind of a lackluster completion percentage, if I do say so myself, at 48%. That little completionist in me is like, bro, you have a lot of cool games that you really love playing that you could go back and complete. I mean, I was talking about OGRE4, that PS3 port, just getting it done, dig out the PS3 or do the PS Now remote play, whatever. Or, well, it's not PS Now called PS Now anymore, but you all get what I mean. It's the same kind of thing. But yeah, and like things like, honestly, busting out Resident Evil 4, finishing out the Final Fantasy games, you know, turning some of these games where I have 1 or 2, in this case 3 trophies for Dead Space into a little bit more. So like, take Battlefield Hardline for example. I'm sure that game has a lot of multiplayer stuff in it. I'm not the biggest multiplayer dude in the world, I'm not. So I'm probably not going to get every trophy in that game, but to at least like complete the story and, you know, finish out the game, get something respectable, I will take that every time. There's probably like a hard mode difficulty or something like that. Kind of just clean it up a little bit, see what I can do for single player. There are some of these that are overdue. Resident Evil Revelations on PS4, PS3, and any other variant. Same with Revelations 2 for that matter. Yeah, those need to get done. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, so we're working on so Mass Effect 2, we're trying to finish up, and I have to decide whether or not the Mass Effect 3 Insane Run is going to make it on the commentary freeze on the channel. I think that it may, but we will see on that. Either way, this needs to get completed. We have a lot of games that need to be completed, some of which, like, when you launch a game and you get 1 trophy, you're locked in, guys. You guys know you're trophy hunters, man. This isn't anything new. You're locked into it. So, you know, if you're trying to keep that completion percentage high, well, again, you're invested. You gotta get it going. So like, take Stray for example. That's, you know, from what I've heard, it's a pretty short game, so we just gotta do it. We gotta get motivated. Resident Evil 7 has a boatload of DLC to do. Some DLC pieces that I've never played, End of Zoe for example, kind of need to do that. Now we do have some duplicates. I mentioned Resident Evil Revelations earlier. I have that on PS3, I have it on PS4, I have Revelations 2 on PS3, PS4, and Vita. Like, there's some of these where you can't stack them and you just got to invest in like completing all of the challenges on PS Vita on Revelations 2. That's going to be challenging. So, and oh my god, Darksiders is still here, guys. This game has been dogging me for way too long. I think we do need to finish Darksiders. This is getting ridiculous. But anyway, yeah, I could scroll forever, to be honest, and go through what games kind of I need to chip away at. But we do have new games on the horizon. We've got Final Fantasy 16 coming. We've got Zelda Tears of the Kingdom coming. Alan Wake is supposed to be this year, Alan Wake 2. So we have a lot coming as far as new games, not counting what we've already got in like Forspoken and Dead Space that we got to work on. So there's a lot of juggling going on here in the middle of the year so far, but I think we can do it. I think by the time we come back to this page, we'll have some more completions. Again, we've got right now listed all of these Final Fantasy games because I did launch them. So hopefully by the time we revisit this here in a couple months, we'll have hopefully all of those platinums. But I can't guarantee it. I mean, you know, again, this is April. We're talking May launch is Gollum. May launch is Zelda. I think it was June launch is Final Fantasy 16. So there's going to be a lot of distractions rounding out the middle of the year, just like there were a lot of distractions rounding out the beginning of the year, guys. So that's kind of the roadmap right now, is we're just taking a look at things, making sure that we can hopefully bolster that completion percentage. I would love in 3-4 months revisiting this to have it up over 50%, but I would not be surprised if we do not hit that. I mean, that's a pretty big goal. So I would just, you know, I don't want to make a guarantee yet. And of course, as far as other things on the channel go, we're talking retro achievements. We're still working on Legend of Legaia. After that, I do think I might do a little challenge run action with some Dino Crisis and kind of see how that goes. See if over multiple runs of that game, which is undoubtedly what it's going to take, if we can get every single achievement, retro achievements, in my favorite, oh my god, okay, so my favorite video game, god, is it RE4 Maker, is it Dino Crisis? Like, it's one of the two, and they are just battling at that top spot. So I would love to have every achievement in Dino Crisis, whether they're retro achievements or not, don't even care. I would just love to do it for the cabinet. Commentary free, like I said, and maybe Mass Effect. Maybe we'll take a little break from the commentary free action. We'll see what's going on because of how much trophy hunting we're going to be doing over the next, well, next couple months. Of course, guys, I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear what you guys are up to on your channels or on your profiles. What games are you currently playing? What games would you recommend to me as well? Like, based off of that crazy JRPG action going on. I do know that I still need to dive into the Persona series. That's one example. I got Star Ocean knocking at the door. So yeah, let me know what you guys are working on, what trophies you're trying to get, and any trophies you think I should be trying to get along the way. You saw a few of the games on the old PSNP list. Maybe give me some recommendations on that list. What do you think I should be shooting for first? God, hopefully it's not that RE4 shooting range. But anyway, guys, I will let you get back to it. And I do want to thank you, of course, for tuning into these videos. As always, gang, if you need to stay up to date with all things on my channel, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and tag that bell. Have a good one, guys.